Okay, welcome all of you wonderful friends here. For our listeners, I'm Sherilyn Bacon, and I'm the director of the Chatsworth Communications Council for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And we are here today because we've just finished our monthly meeting together, and we're in this beautiful Los Angeles Temple Visitor Center. And I just thought it would be really great for us to just have a conversation together with why we're here and what we're doing.
Yeah,
And I've
yeah.
asked Lisa, I've asked Lisa to kind of facilitate our conversation today. Lisa, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, happy to do it. So good to see all of you, first of all. And it's funny because Sherilyn, in a way, I'm going to kick it right back to you because I think that the most important thing going forward is explaining what are we trying to do here?
Yeah.
What is this
What
really
is a
about?
communication
What is-
council?
I mean, it's a lot of words, but what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yep.
Well, I just like to share a little personal experience, and then the rest of you can do what your own personal experience.
Yeah, well, this is like what the purpose of our.
Yeah.
Good.
So we are here in Los Angeles, and it's a very diverse community, of course. And to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is maybe comes along with that some perceptions, some preconceived ideas of who that is. We see banners up there on, the latest reality show, and it's like, what? What does that have to do with who we are? And so it's really, really important, I think, for me to be out there in my community and to be able to really get to know people.
Yeah.
And to share with them why I believe what I believe and what that really is, right?
Right.
And I think once people become more familiar with that, then they have a different idea of it.
Right.
That's been my life experience growing up here in LA and Hollywood, specifically. And so that's it. We're here to just be a part of our community, to be friends, and to serve where it's needed to make this place a better place to live.
Oh, I love that. I think it's so important. And with that in mind, you mentioned that you have a little story. So why don't you share your story with us about your maybe the misperception or misconceptions that you've experienced?
Okay, well, as a kid growing up here
in Hollywood,
I went to Hollywood High, right?
Right.
And there was a kid at the school, and there was this thing about, where are your horns?
Oh my
like,
goodness!
What? Where did that come from? And so, and then another kid, you'd like to call across the quad at the Hollywood High, hey, Mormon, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of grew up with that, and it was actually back in the day when if there was bad news, that was good.
Right. Just
because
any
better
kind of
than
news.
nothing.
Right.
Better than nothing.
any news is good news.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, that's it. And here we are, and some misconceptions and preconceived ideas still exist.
Yeah.
So we're here to push through that and let people know who we are. And you are all amazing people. So
this is true. They are all amazing people. Well, I'm going to ask you, we like to ask the question, what lights your life?
Yeah.
So what would that be?
What lights my life? Oh my goodness. Doing this. I love media. I love getting a good message out. Something that I believe in. I love my family.
Yeah.
And if there is any philosophy of life that's better than this, I want to know what it is.
Yeah, tell me what it is and we'll sign me up, right?
Because it's really great.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. And I want to hear kind of the same thing from all of you. I'm going to shoot right on over to David here. He's our local everything computer expert.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe just say a little bit about who you are, what you do on the committee, and what lights your life.
I'm a teenage convert to the church,
Wow.
and it really changed my life, changed the trajectory of my life to learn about Jesus Christ. And then I served a church mission in Alabama, learned to love people in the South, learned a lot about the Bible, which was fantastic. And then I got married, we had 3 children, and it just seems like everything in my life that is super important was affected by my commitment to follow Jesus Christ to my life. Yeah. And what lights my life now is problem solving. I love to engineer a problem and fix
You're our
things.
guy.
And there's not enough problems in my house. My wife would probably tell me there are problems that are unsolved, but so when I get a call from someone who says, hey, can you help me with my dryer or my washing machine or whatever, or my dishwasher or whatever the problem might be, if I can go and help them, I love to solve problems for other people.
Oh, I love
You
that's
are
just-
amazing.
But not just technical, right? You can solve
It's
any other
anything.
problem.
Well,
He can fix
I
anything.
can't solve them all, but
Yeah.
So now you,
No, you are.
know who to call,
So-
right?
Yeah.
Like,
And not
So-
but that's
Ghostbusters.
what
So
I
you
love.
were a
I love
teenage
it.
convert.
Right, yeah.
And your wife came from a Jewish background, right?
Her father was
father.
of Jewish heritage.
Yeah.
And a Jewish name, Cohen, and
Uh-huh.
but not actively practicing.
Yeah.
But she feels very proud of that heritage that she comes from through the lineage.
yeah.
Right.
Genealogy work is important to us because of that. It would be one reason.
Right.
However, the Jews from Russia is just there's no record, so we're
Oh.
kind of stopped there on the research.
Well, that looks like a problem to be solved.
Yeah, there you go. We need to work on that one.
Work on that one, yeah.
But it's so cool, you know, that what's the website that we use?
Yeah.
Family Search.
Family
Family
Search.
Search.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can find out there,
Yeah.
and how we
FamilySearch.org.
connect to our ancestors
Mm-hmm.
and the identity that's there. And of
So-
course, we believe that goes on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me just tell you my first experience with the
Okay.
church,
Oh.
though, actually,
This is-
is I had grandparents. I grew up here in Los Angeles, grandparents who lived here in West LA, and they would take us out to dinner once a quarter or whatever, and we'd go to a cafeteria or a restaurant, and they're teaching us how to be, polite in public. And
It's
one
like a
night,
finishing school.
grandparents are great for that. So one night after dinner, on the way back to their place, they drove into the temple parking lot here because my grandparents were very patriotic, and there's a giant U.S. flag in front of the temple that's lit up at night, and they wanted me to see this giant U.S. flag. And I felt something real special right here, and that just stuck with me. And it really kind of connected some really important things in my life now as I look back on that experience, that I love our country, and now I love this church, and they were all connected here together when I was 6 or 7 years old.
And we are like right on Santa Monica Boulevard
Right.
out here, you know, the
Yeah.
visitor center. Oh, it's so amazing to see what they have here, and especially at Christmas time.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. And the funny thing is that people, when they find out that I'm a member of the church, and I'm sure you've all had this, they say, "Oh, do you go to that church that's on Santa Monica?" Like, we all go here.
Yeah, we all go.
Yes.
Yes, but
It's all a big
not
thing.
every
Not
not
exactly.
every week for our
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So
Well, that's fantastic. And you know, I know these two so well already, I feel like. But I'm gonna save Dottie for last. But
Oh,
you know, some people
the best for
can't
last.
say his name. I'm gonna tell you how easy it is. It's Umberto. You just drop the H.
do I say it
okay?
wrong all
That's
the
a
time?
that's a
Oh my
perfect
goodness.
example of
Umberto.
It's an
Umberto.
Italian name.
Yeah, pretend you're like
Umberto.
speaking Italian, but it's
Italiano,
but it's
Umberto.
not.
Um,
Okay.
Tell
It's,
us about yourself.
It's a rich name, not monetarily. But my mom gave me that name, and I love the name, but people, when they can't pronounce it, I want to help them pronounce it, of course. But you did a great job.
No,
Thank you.
thank you.
I have a great experience with the church. I was 13 years old, and I had this dream about a church I never even heard of or knew about or anything like that. And I grew up Catholic, just knowing that, okay, once in a while I'll go to church. My parents would take me, mostly my mom, my sisters, but I didn't think anything of it. And then I was 15 years old, and this lady across the street was taking the lessons by missionaries on white shirts and ties, kind of like this, right? And they, pulled up in their bikes, and they walked into the house, and I'm like, who are those guys? I had no idea. So I walked across the street, and I knocked on her door, and I said, I just saw these guys walking in with bikes and stuff, and what's going on? And she goes, well, those are the missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I'm like, oh, okay, what is that? So I asked her a bunch of questions. She gave me the answers, everything. I didn't even think anything of it either.
Right.
So I went back home. That was it. Next thing I know, I'm 17 years old. And I'm in high school, and I meet this girl in admissions, and we get to know each other. We have classes together, and she invites me to her church. I walk into the chapel doors, and it's deja vu.
Mm.
It's the same dream that I had at 13 years old. 13. I just couldn't believe it. I was like in awe, like, okay, God, what are you telling me?
Right.
Because the dream, the neighbor across the street, and now this girl that I just met introduced me to the church like this. This is amazing. So I felt the Spirit, and I felt like I needed to belong to something.
Yeah.
And belonging to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is, it's like a whole new family. You're bringing a whole new family into your life, and you're getting to know people. But the best part is you're connecting yourself with God, Jesus Christ, and the spirits of everybody that's a member.
Right. Like anywhere you go, you slide right in.
Yeah, and you
to a
bump into
family.
you could go to the
Right.
grocery store and bump into someone, and you automatically know they belong to the same church. Or you have a feeling that they are in your family. You know, and that's the beauty of this, and that's what I love. And I love being, you asked, what lights your life?
Yeah.
What lights my life is people.
Yeah.
People light my life because it's people's spirits that kind of touch my soul and lift my spirits. You know, last night I had an opportunity to bless a sister from church. Her spirits were lifted.
Yeah.
We were there. We communicated with her. We gave her blessing. But it was just amazing to have her and us in the same room feeling the Spirit of God. And I think that's what we're doing here. We're allowing people from every denomination to feel the Spirit of God. That's important.
It is.
Well, I can tell you love people. And
I was
people love
I'm
you
so
too.
surprised. And you know,
Yeah.
he's a comedian and an MC, and he does a lot of philanthropy work. And I think that hopefully our viewers are going to get to know him a little bit better just through the work that we're doing here on this committee. So, yeah,
Thank you.
I'm lucky. I get to see him every Sunday. And last but not least, my lovely friend Dorothy Arnwine.
She lights up the room.
She does. I mean,
Big time.
I mean, she walks in and that smile. Give him a smile. Yeah, I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smile.
When you smile, I smile. When you laugh, I laugh. I think that you light people up.
Oh,
Yeah. Great personality.
Yeah.
Service lights me up.
Yeah.
Service.
It really does.
Yeah. Isn't that
Service.
amazing?
Yeah.
And the youth.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the youth that lights her
Young
up even
people.
more.
Yeah.
I miss my kids. You
Yeah.
know.
Aw.
I was a housewife for 40 years, and literally, they just kids. I just adore
Yeah.
kids, and my grandkids aren't living close to me anymore, so I just have to reach out to
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's
kids.
amazing.
Yeah.
And we share another love. Music.
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 Oh, she's got a beautiful singing
Music.
voice.
Yeah.
Yes, I love music.
That lights my life. big
Yeah,
time.
yeah, definitely. My dad was a Nat King Cole. When I was growing up, he sounded just like Nat King Cole.
Wow.
And so he taught me how to sing without. He taught me how to sing a cappella. He said, "This way, you'll never need accompaniment. If you basically, if you have a song, you can just sing it." And that's what I do. I don't use if I don't have
Not
to.
all singers can do that.
That's true.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm really old school. But yeah, music lights me up, and kids light me up, and
Yeah.
service definitely lights me up. So,
And there's so many opportunities for that
Yeah.
in this community.
Mhm.
And I mentioned Chatsworth, but the church is all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also I love the programs that we have for the youth, and you're so involved.
I'm so excited because I was set apart today. I sustained today for Just Served, and that really lights me up. And
Oh, that is so perfect for her.
that lights
Wonderful.
me up. Yeah.
Well, you're
and-
changing lives.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I just can't wait to
So
get in
good.
there. I want to see that website that you're talking about, so I can
Yeah.
see where I can
Right.
where I can serve. The other thing that lights me up is emotions.
Yeah.
Emotional. After this pandemic, our young kids at the church have really been not just at the church. I'm finding it all
Everywhere.
the young kids.
Everywhere. Yeah.
They just need emotionally. We all
Even
just
as old
need,
kids.
Yeah. So, I mean, go back to normal. What's normal anymore? I mean, it hasn't been normal for 4 years, so it's like we have a new normal. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's really great at helping people to, especially the youth, I'm just going to say, like get in touch with their emotions.
Yeah.
And now she's going to be working on helping them to develop emotional resilience.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that's what it's about.
I'm excited.
It's important to feel all of the emotions.
And you love that.
Yes,
Because
Because
you're
we're
a
both
life
doing it.
coach, right?
I'm a life coach.
You're a life coach, so
I am.
And we've got to wrap this up pretty
Yeah,
soon.
let
But
me just
we
say
can-
that, you'll get to know me better. But I grew up in the church, and I mean, I have had zigzags along the way, I think, like many of us. But I choose to be here. I choose to be here regardless of what anybody said, because I know the difference that it has made in my life, and I know the power of belief in Jesus Christ. I know that. And I have a strong testimony that this gospel is Jesus Christ, true church, and that he just wants to reach as many of us and love as many of us as he possibly can. And this is why we're doing this, is that, when you're low, you're not as low when you have him. And when you're high,
You're
there's
as high
nothing, you're as up there as you can
Yeah.
get.
I know.
But
Oh my goodness.
life is always better when he is
With
a part
him.
of it. And that is
And you
what I
just
know.
sparked something in me, because you all know, I lost my oldest
Yes.
son
Mm.
just a few months ago. I don't know what I would have done without that truth. Not just truth, it's real.
Yeah.
It's
That families
real.
will be together.
that, yes,
Forever.
we will be together, and
And he's okay.
he is okay. Yes.
Whatever
You know
hard
what?
thing.
We have this beautiful young woman behind
over
the
here,
camera
Zoe.
here. We
She
want
needs to
come over
Zoe to
here.
come and
Come on, Zoe,
come
get in
around
here.
before we sign off here. And
Yeah.
oh, she took her headset off.
Because I would have
Anyway.
dragged all the equipment with me.
Yeah.
That would not have been a good.
Are you in the camera?
No,
Yeah,
Here?
I shifted.
Okay,
it over.
Zoe,
uh,
just tell us
Alright.
about you.
Well, I'm Zoe. I am a film student. I've loved media and stuff my whole life. One of the things that I love about the church is music, like you guys mentioned.
You should hear her sing.
Beautiful. That's who's going to be on the next.
I feel like that's where I feel the spirit the most, is through music, and because it's just a way to, when singing the hymns and other songs about Christ and everything, it feels like you're having a closer connection to the story and the words you're singing and to Christ, and I love it.
Well, Zoe, thank you so
Special.
much. If you go to our Facebook page, which is Facebook Light Your
Light
Life,
Your Life.
right? S.
S-
Dot
F-
S.
The, if you just look for us, if you
Yeah.
see us here, you're going to see a link.
Look at,
Yeah,
So we're not
find
really
but
link.
anyway,
I'll send a click
what
as
I
well.
was going to say,
Link as
because we
well.
got to go, but Zoe is the one, you'll find
Amazing.
a music video there, and she's the one that edited that whole
Oh,
video, and it's
that's
just
beautiful.
beautifully done. Thank you, Zoe.
Yeah, and I love
Thank
how
you.
the Spirit can communicate to all of us in different ways, and I think that has been kind of shared, and my husband also through music. But I just think that's really important. So thank you for sharing that. But yeah, I think this has been great, and we
It
look
has been
forward to
great.
sharing
Thank you.
with all of you.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you for doing this. Thank you all for being
Thank you.
here. And so we're going to do more podcasts.
Yay.
Light your life.
Cool.